Alright, so we're here today to show you guys another DIY slash how-to. What I want to do is I've got these Cobra Panthers and they work really well. They're super sticky, super soft. They work good for the crawlers, so I want to put those on my 1.9 crawler. The problem is the 1.9 version of them is extremely small, diameter-wise, circumference-wise, whatever you want to call it. And it's also extremely wide. This is the 2.2 version because I didn't want the 1.9 because it would have been considerably smaller, like this big or if not smaller. So I got the 2.2 version because they sit at about 4.1 inches high, and the limit for the mini crawlers, for the comp crawlers, is 4.25 inches. So it's well within the spec, but it's a decent size at the same time. So I would need to make these into considerably narrower and 1.9 beads so that I can put them on my mini comp crawler. So that's where this beat up old flat iron comes in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this into this and then into this. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to take my Cobra and I'm going to cut it here and here. I prefer to use my Dremel with a cutoff wheel on it on a router table. So there's my Dremel router table with the cutoff disc set to the height that I want. And basically all I do is I fire up the router or the Dremel and I rotate the tire and it cuts with the cutoff disc right where I want it. And then once I'm done the one side, I just flip it over and do the other side. Cut right through the tire, and then I'll glue those two pieces together later to narrow it down. And then after I'm done that, I take the bead on the Panther and I cut it out just at this ridge, just right here at this ridge here, just at the outside of the bead, and I just cut that bead out on the inside. I'll show you that further on in the video. And then that's where the 1.9 flat iron comes in. I'll cut this one pretty much right at the bottom of the letters, almost all the way around the circle. So I take the bead and a little bit of meat above the bead out, and then I will glue that bead into the bead void from the Panther, and then also I'll glue the two sides together. So it'll make it considerably narrow, it'll give it the 1.9 bead, and it'll still have a decent height to it. So I'll show you how I do that. So next step, like I said, just lay a 2.2 beadlock ring on here. This is going to be different for all kinds of different applications, so it may or may not work for you, but this is what's working for me. As you can see, there's a ring there that I drew. So then I just take a knife, a sharp knife, and cut to the outside of that ring, and then I use Lexan scissors and then I cut around that ring to pull the bead out of there. Alright, so here we are. This is all of the cutting done. Now I just have to get to the gluing. This pile here is our discard pile, the flat iron with no bead ring in it, the center from the Cobra Panther, or Panther Cobra, whatever it is, because I'm narrowing it, so that piece is gone, and also the bead from the Cobras as well. And that's all garbage now. So what I've got left here is 2 halves of the Cobras with the bead cut out, and I've got the flat iron beads, 2 of those. So I'm just going to take these beads and I'm going to glue them in just like that, and this one just like that, and I'm going to glue them in like that. There will be some edges out when I'm done, but I plan to take my Dremel sanding disc to that afterwards and smooth it out so it looks a little bit cleaner. and then I just glue the two pieces together. So I'll just put that there like that, and that like that, and the bead will be in there. So that's more or less what they'll look like when I'm done. So I'm going to get gluing, my least favorite part, but I hope they'll turn out well and be exactly what I want when I'm done. And there's the final product. The 1/9 flat iron beads in there, and I just hit it with a sanding disc at the end there just to clean it up. There's the other bead. Turned out pretty good. A few marks on the tires, but that's to be expected. And the cut up the middle, no gaps or anything because of my method with the Dremel router table. Glued up pretty good. So I think it turned out really well. Still got another one to go. I'm about halfway done the other one, but just wanted to show you guys this one. That's the finished product.